Hey there, so I recently watched Andrew Bellina's video on like his Italian horror stuff like that, so I thought I'd get together my Italian horror genre films, well, the ones that I could find around here without going upstairs and stuff like that, and give you a little overview of my collection of Italian films so far, what I got, what I still need to get, and what I really want. And I went up with a kind of a genre one so far, and I strongly recommend this to anybody that likes this type of stuff. It's the Fernando Del Leo Crime Collection, Volume 1. It's got Caliber 9, The Italian Connection, The Boss, and Rose of the City. This is my favorite. I haven't gotten part 2 yet. Looks good, but so far this one seems to have the better films. That's why I've waited on the second part. Gotta get down the road though. Next up, there's another from Arrow video, and that's Waves of Lust by Ruggero Deodato. And this... did you see if you've seen the Polanski movie Knife in the Water, I don't know, kind of a sleazy version of that. Pretty cool. I like it. Next up is one that most people wouldn't think of as Italian, but in a way it actually is. And it's Anvil 2, The Possession. Italian in the fact that it's got a cast that's American, but the director, Demanio Domeni, is an Italian director, and he brings a very Italian feel to this. So by default, I put this one into the Italian category, even though kind of is not. It's got the feel. Next up is one of my personal favorites in my collection. I love these two films. I love them equally, and that is Demons 2, which is an incredible steelbook. I got to say, I'm really impressed with that. Next up is one of my favorites. It's very cheesy, very kind of sleazy, and very fun. And that is Pieces, and Pieces is just such a fun film. I love this movie, and it's so cheesy. Next up is Tenebrae. I would like to grab the other the steelbook down the road because I only have it on. This is a DVD. It's not a Blu-ray, even though it's got the case. This is one of the Arrow videos that actually had the transparent case and was not on Blu-ray. Next up is a card player. Argento, not one of my favorite Argentos, but I do love the cover, so I picked it up. Terror at the Opera is a favorite of mine, one of his favorite later films. Great stuff. Grabbed that one by Argento as well. Stendhal Syndrome, this is really the only one to get. There was another version out, put it by Troma, but unfortunately that is not a very well done version. If you're going to pick it up, get it from Arrow. Great cover too. Next up is probably what a lot of people consider the last great Argento film, and that is Sleepless. And it's a great film, fun film. And then a Blu-ray. Phenomenon. Love this movie. One of my fave Arrow Blu-rays, and I love this cover actually. It's my favorite cover of all. Next up is a favorite film of mine, and that's Inferno. Argento's Inferno. This one Bava worked on as well. And there's a lot of great features in this one here. There's Blu-ray and DVD, and the DVD has like a bunch of special features, including a documentary on Argento. Next up is Blood and Black Lace, Mira Bava's seminal giallo film that pretty much helped create that genre. Eva Bartek and Cameron Mitchell star in this, and it is a great film. Next up is another Italian film. With the infamous Barbara Steele, who went over to Italy to become very famous. That is The Faceless Monster, and a lot of people know this movie as Nightmare Castle. Faceless Monster is the uncut version of it. Next up is one that's kind of a conundrum for me. When I first started buying Arrow and stuff like that, I wanted to buy a set as well, and to get a decent price set at the time, I bought an Aerodrome set, and I love it. I love the case on it. Gates of Hell, the Gates of Hell trilogy. It's got, here's the thing, it has House by the Cemetery, The Beyond, and Sid Living Dead, but I really love these films, so I already had one of those normal copies of House by the Cemetery, because that's one of my favorite films. A lot of people don't like it, I know, but I do. And I am currently trying to get all of these in the Arrow Blu-ray editions as well. It's just the films that I like that they're worth doubling over on. Definitely those were the ones. Suspiria, as I mentioned before, my favorite film, 1977. Yes, even beating the Star Wars. Dario Argento's Suspiria is just a fantastic film. The cinematography, the colors, it's one of the most artistic films you'll ever watch. Next up is my favorite giallo of all time, and that is Torso, starring Suzy Kendall. This is by Sergio Martino. Martino is a fantastic director. He does a lot of different stuff. He did Mountain of the Cannibal Gods as well. And Suzy Kendall, you've seen her in a lot of giallos if you're a giallo fan. Next up is one, I got to get the Blu-ray edition of this one as well. I've only got the Aerodrome version, and I'm not a big Aerodrome fan. They're okay, but I want the ones with the features and stuff. And this one's got it's got something. But anyway, Bird with Crystal Plumage. I'm not sure if I'm going to go get the Aero version of that one, or I might get the other version because of aspect ratio issues. This is Italian. Okay, I'll set that in there. Next up is the Killers on the Loose collection. This one is, of course, that the cheap one that came out and had a lot of really expensive films on it. Red Queen Kills 7 Times, Fifth Chord, Seven Notes in Black, No Torture Duckling. All films that should be in your collection, guys. This is Fulci here, and Red Queen Kills 7 Times is Emilio Marigoli, and his stuff's expensive as fuck about. Expensive as hell about. The Deadly Fiends collection. We've got Case of Bloody Iris. Your Vice is a Locked Room and Only I Have the Key. Of course, that is Sergio Martino, one of my favorite directors. Death Laid an Egg, and The Dark is Death's Friend, which of course is Lucio Cuzzi. And the next one up in that series is Deep Red, The Cat of Nine Tails, Seven Bloodstained Orchids, Short Netted Glass Dolls, and of course we've got some Argento on here as well. But you're going to want the uncut version, so you're going to want to get them on their own as well. But this one is worth getting for Seven Bloodstained Orchids by Umberto Lenzi and Aldo Latto's Short Netted Glass Dolls. Next up is one that you heard me mention before, but I wanted the actual Anchor Bay release, kind of I would double dip on stuff like this because some come in sets and that, but Case of Bloody Iris. Again, another one that you heard, but I wanted the actual full uncut version, and that is The Cat of Nine Tails. I do want to upgrade that to Blu-ray. Next up is another Lucio Fulci film. It's not horror, but it's kind of different horror aspects to it. It's more of a sword and sorcery type film, and that is Conquest. I actually have a shirt of this because I like the cover. Next up is another Lucio Fulci film. When I bought this one here, it's called the Lucio Fulci Collection. It was Volume 2, done by Anchor Bay. Unfortunately, when I opened it up, only one of the movies was in there, and that would be Manhattan Baby. So I went and put my DVD copy of Life Force in with it. But luckily, I have a good friend down here by the name of Falagar 517, and subscribe. He sent me the New York Ripper, brand new Blu-ray of the New York Ripper, which was amazing. I watched with my better half. She actually sat down and watched this one because Sammy sent it. Next up is my quest to get the different versions of Fulci films that I can. Cat's here. I grabbed this one at a secondhand store, and it's City of the Living Dead, the Blue Underground edition, because it has some different interviews and stuff on here, and I still got to get the Blu-ray. That's done by Arrow. I know it's kind of silly, but kind of films that I like and I collect. Next one is The Fifth Chord. I got this one actually. This one was given to me, and I have another copy of it on one of those 3 or 4 pack things that I just showed you, but have it on its own with great artwork. It's fantastic. Next up is some Bava stuff. Bava's last film, Shock. I really love this cover. I'll be honest with you. You know what? I have not watched this one yet. I know that Derry Niccolodi's in it, and that's enough for me to want to watch it. Fantastic stuff. Black Sabbath, another fantastic Bava film. Probably one of my favorite Bava films of all time. Just a really, really great one. It's an anthology film. Creepy stuff. Gave me nightmares when I was younger. From the telephone, I think it was a telephone, or was it drop water? It was drop water sequence, I think. Pretty freaky. And last but not least are ones that I do have to upgrade on Blu-ray. Unfortunately, it takes time. But I got the Bava Collection Volume 2, and it has Lisa and the Devil, House of Exorcism, Bay of Blood, Baron Blood, Kidnapped, Roy Colton, and Winchester Jack. $5 for an August Moon, and 4 Times the Night. So it's a wide variety of different Bava films, from everything from Western to horror to sexploitation to giallo to action. And I got this one originally because I really want a Bay of Blood and Baron Blood, and now they're out in like Blu-ray editions as well. I will, even if I get all these on Blu-ray, I will definitely keep this. This is another easy one to come by now. It's one of the better ones that Anchor Bay did. And that, I think, is all my Italian collection that I can possibly find right now. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and thank you, Andrew Bellina, for bringing up that the topic for me to do today. And if you haven't checked out Andrew Bellina's channel, go do it. Awesome YouTuber, awesome guy. And for me right now, it's time for tea.